So yesterday was like an early Christmas for Xbox gamers. Brendan Green, aka PlayerUnknown, announced that Xbox One X owners will be playing PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, better known as PUBG, at 60 frames per second. Then this morning he took it all back. This wonderful shooter that I love so much will be played at a trash-ass 30 frames per second on the most powerful console ever. What's going on, people? This is KingsBloodGaming, and I am back with another L for Microsoft and what has turned out to be the worst year in the history of the Xbox brand. So the L's keep coming for Xbox this year, and what's sad is that this was a sure W. There was no way for you to fuck this up. And still, they fucked it up. Now, before I get into this, I just want to let you guys know that originally, my video for today was supposed to be something about trying to tell people not to get hype about PUBG being 60 frames per second because the frame rate is known to jump around a lot on PC. But now, I had to trash that video. I have to tell you guys that we're not getting 60 frames per second at all. So I did come up with a couple reasons on why I think we're not getting 60 frames per second, but you'll understand that I believe one reason more than the other ones. It could be because the frame rates drop really bad at 60 frames per second, which is what I initially thought. There are what we call red zones on PUBG, which is a zone on the map where all these explosions happen. It's like bombs are being dropped or something. I could easily see that zone dropping the frame rate to the 40s on Xbox One X due to, the CPU just isn't that strong. So it could drop it that far. Also, the game isn't very stable at any resolution above 1080p on PC, so I can clearly see that happening. But in all honesty, they could have kept this game at 1080p and held firmly on it at 60 frames per second mark. So, this game isn't a looker. It's not something that's very beautiful, some shit you want to look at. So it's just super fucking fun. So truthfully, there is no excuse here for the most powerful console ever. I used to get 1080p 60 frames per second on a laptop with a GTX 1050 in it. Think about that. I honestly think this is the main reason Bluehole Studios flip-flopped on the frame rate, alright? I seen some of the most outrageous claims ever yesterday, and it gave me a clear understanding that console gamers are severely uninformed, I seen well-known Xbox YouTubers with pretty big followings tell their followers that higher frame rates make you move faster, and it was an advantage. Yes, you heard what I just said. They told their followers that higher frame rates make you move faster. Think about that. During a time where people are paying to get advantages in games like Star Wars Battlefront 2, you could imagine how spooked Microsoft got when these idiots started claiming that there was an advantage for people with higher frame rates or anybody who bought the Xbox One X. Man, when the blind lead the blind, they all end up walking into a fucking wall, alright? Which is basically what's going on out there, man. It's looking crazy on these gaming streets. We all know Microsoft is soft as hell right now, and they will do anything to please anybody. So they more than likely called up Bluehole and told them to make sure the frame rate is the same on both consoles. People, I didn't buy a premium console to have the bargain console's performance. In this world, you get what you pay for. If the cheap motherfuckers want to be cheap, let them be cheap. That's their thing. But they should have no say-so on what your customers who drop another $500 on your hardware want from their premium console. They should have no say-so at all. So when I seen these losers spreading misinformation on Twitter, I knew something bad was going to happen. I had that feeling. Like I thought they were going to turn this into something like, the microtransactions. How that shit spread up. It spread like wildfire. I knew it. Then the frauds were using this as a bragging point, which kind of alienated some of the Xbox One S owners, and it had them feeling like, like they're about to be cheated. So of course, they did exactly what they should have did. They tweeted Phil. Along with all the fake Xbox owners on the Sony side because they have no life and, Those single-player linear games, they beat them really quick, so they're bored and they want to fuck with Xbox guys. That's what they do. They like to stir shit up. Now, I don't know why you guys even entertained that bullshit on Twitter yesterday. It was sad, but it is what it is, man. The game is now skipped for me on consoles. I'm sorry, I'm canceling my pre-order on CD keys. I'd rather spend that money elsewhere. Gamers did this to gamers, alright? This is sad. The Xbox community is like, come on, KBG, it's gonna be alright. No, I don't wanna hear that shit. Fuck that. They don't pay me to damage control. And I'm not into charity work. That's not me. You know? I'm out of here, man. I'm about to go play PUBG at 90 frames per second. King's Blood. Out.